Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
So, what's your name and where are you from?
Well, my name is Osama. I'm from Egypt. I'm Egyptian.
Nice. Are you in Egypt right now?
Yes, I'm in Egypt right now.
Nice. And are you studying English?
Yes, I'm studying English. I'm studying pharmacy as well. I'm at the level 5. I'm a senior. Just I'll graduate in the next few months.
Oh, you'll be graduating soon?
Yeah. Maybe in next month or after next month, maybe.
Oh,
because
that's yeah.
everything is postponed because of COVID-19.
Oh God, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, yes.
Well, I hope that you will be graduating and I just wanted to congratulate you for getting this far. That's awesome. Congratulations. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Definitely. So how is your English learning journey going? Are you really happy with everything that you're learning in English?
Yeah, yes, of course. I'm happy after starting, the right way to learning, satisfied. And I'm feeling the progress of learning English. I feel that my English is improving and my pronunciation is improving. Uh, but 6 months ago, I wasn't like that. I was a beginner and my pronunciation was bad, and my speaking was bad also. But now, after start learning and listening a lot, I feel the progress. I feel that I'm improving,
That's great.
and that's it. And I want to be advanced in English. In the next few months. To fit a job in the market. Because here in Egypt, every job requires a perfect English is speaking and written as well. So I'm trying to working on my English. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that they had those requirements in Egypt, but I'm really glad that you're seeing progress in your own English. You know, a lot of people study and sometimes they feel a little bit frustrated because they don't see the progress. So, what are you doing? What do you think is working for you where you're seeing the progress in English and your pronunciation and speaking is getting better?
Listening. Just I'm listening every day for at least 2 hours. That's boosted up my English learning process. Just listening. Listening was the key, or the core of my progress. Just listening, yes. But and sometimes I get in plateau, but as everyone learning.
Yes.
But sometimes I hit the plateau and sometimes get in the plateau again. uh, until I become advanced. That's it.
So, do you have any strategy when you're listening? Like, do you specifically listen to certain material, or do you use some kind of listening strategy, or are you just listening?
No. I have a listening strategy. Uh, I'm listening to a professional teacher. He's called AG Hogg. He's from San Francisco. You know him.
No, I haven't heard of them. Tell me about it.
You know, he considered the world's first, the world's number one teacher, in the world. His forum has over 45 million people learning English. His website called Effortless English Club. I like I told you, his club contains over 45 million people. All of all of these people, are learning English. And his strategy is to listen for 6 months, and you will be fluent. That is his strategy. Without
Nice.
grammar books, without textbooks, without learning vocabulary, just by listening. And I think his plan and his strategy works with me, I think.
That's awesome.
Yes.
The Effortless English Club. That's right.
Yes, the effortless. You can search on it after me.
Nice. That reminds me a lot about a strategy that I learned, actually, no, a theory that I learned when I was going for my degree in English. I can't exactly remember the name of the theory off the top of my head, but it was all just intake of the language. It wasn't really focused on producing the language. And
No,
yeah,
yes,
it's good. So that's working for you?
yes, and I think that is working for lots of people. Listening, because I'm not native in English, so I have to learn like a child. Input, 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 and then after a while, boom, it will speak fluently and effortlessly and automatically. Because of a lot of listening you did, and that's it. But now I didn't finish his course. Supposed to finish his course after 6 months, but know uh, I listened to it another 2 or 3 months. To go to deep learning. That's the point I want to reach. Deep learning. That
Nice.
that the point. Yes.
That's great. I was trying a program called Pimsleur to learn other languages. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but Pimsleur is where you just listen and you repeat, and through listening, you learn a language. I just didn't keep up with it because it wasn't, I want to say it wasn't my way of learning. Like, I think it's very effective, but it wasn't very fun to say. Do you know what I mean?
uh, you know, AG Hog, like your plan or like your program, but it's very fun. His audio, he's always screaming and yelling, and 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 saying something crazy, and and brought stories that's unreal and fun at the same time. So I like his program. It's a little bit fun because if the process is not fun or boring, the person will quit very fast, and he will hate the language. I took last month I took I took a course with English trainer, and every day he asked me for a task to prepare. But after 3 days, I told him I quit, because of stress, and he, he imposed me to learn a lot of vocabulary, a lot of grammar, and he will discuss the lesson with me in the night. But after 3 days, I quit
Yeah.
because it was boring, you know.
Yes, absolutely. If you feel stressed or it's boring, then I mean, to learn a language is a huge journey. And if you feel like it's a chore, it's really hard to get through.
Yes, that's right. That's
Definitely.
right.
Nice. Well, I'm really glad that that's working for you. So what do you plan to do after you improve your English? You said that you were looking for work and English is really important for that?
Yes, you know, after graduation, uh, I'll, I'll apply to, a multinational company, healthcare companies, if you listened about Pfizer or Novartis, and those are, great multinational company, around the world, Pfizer and Novartis, number one company around the world, in healthcare and medication. I want to apply the job, and in long term, I want to travel to Canada, work pharmacist there, and as you already know, English in Canada is so important. They need IELTS over seven, or seven, or at least seven, you know. So that's my plan, and now learning Spanish, as well. And I passed the level one. It was interesting also. And that's my my plan for the future.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've had a lot of students that were taking the IELTS test for working in medicine. And it's pretty difficult. I mean, when you work in the medical field, they really require a very high level of IELTS.
Yes.
So I definitely wish the best for you there. I know that is really, really hard, but it seems like you're doing the right things to get to a higher level.
No, thank you. I hope if I can get the higher level. It's difficult, but I'll try. I'll try to do it. A lot of people did it, and for me, I can do it. Can do it.
Yeah, even a native speaker would have to study for the IELTS test.
Of course,
Yeah.
because for me, I'm an Arabic native speaker. If they bring an exam to me in Arabic, maybe I'll fail. Because
Yeah.
I don't know grammar, I don't know vocabulary, I don't know anything. Just I can talk in Arabic, but I didn't go deep in Arabic and in its grammar and its vocabulary. Just maybe I know 10,000 vocabulary word or 15,000 vocabulary word. In the exam of Arabic, maybe they bring to me 1,000 vocabulary word, and those words, I've never heard about them, and their grammars I've never heard about them. And when I was in high school, I failed the most of my Arabic exams. It
Oh,
was
really?
difficult. Yes, and I'm a native speaker in Arabic, but I failed. Uh, I was, I brought, maybe I got C or D or F in Arabic exams.
Oh gosh.
But then I studied a lot of Arabic grammars and vocabulary, and then I succeeded, and I went to the college, and now I'll graduate in the next month, inshallah.
I didn't necessarily fail my English classes, but I was really bad in English when I was growing up, as a native speaker even of English. But it wasn't until I started teaching English that I really enjoyed it. And I decided that I would never teach English the way that my teachers taught it, because it can be very interesting, but they just made it so boring that I think that's why I didn't do well in it.
Yes, while we were a child, the the teacher were, we're not doing the right way to learn, to teach us English or any language, because a lot of textbooks, a lot of exams, don't talk, don't speak while learning, don't interact, even interact with the teacher, he just telling us the new words and the new grammars, and then he go out the class, he and he admonished us to not talk or to not move or to not speak. It was a terrible, I didn't learn anything, I didn't
Yeah.
learn any English. Yes, of course, and still I still have some difficulties, I have difficulties to understand the native speakers, because if they go fast, uh, actually I can't understand even 30% of their speech. But
Ah, that's actually a video that I was going to make today on how to improve your listening. And that's going to be my tip of the day video,
well,
where I'll
right.
show you basically how to go onto YouTube and watch a video that's too fast for you to understand and slow that YouTube video down so you can gradually be able to listen to faster and faster English until you reach like the fast English,
Yeah, that's great. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Definitely. And
Yeah,
since you need to take an IELTS test in the future, it's never too late to start studying for that. Two areas that people really struggle with are writing and speaking. And for writing, I would highly recommend reading example essays that have gotten really good scores. So you kind of start to take in that language that gets high scores in IELTS writing, and it becomes more natural for you. You kind of adapt it. And also for speaking, I would highly recommend getting the speaking rubric, which breaks down uh, each level and the four speaking skills and what you need to do to get a higher mark in each of the speaking skills, and focus on trying to improve those areas. That will definitely help, because then that gives you a direction on how to improve your speaking, where to go from here.
oh, thank you. But
Definitely.
before preparing to the IELTS, I think I have to be upper intermediate or advanced, at least upper P2 in English, right? Or C1, to get a high score in IELTS exam, because maybe now I can go and take an IELTS exam, but I will get score 3 or 4, because I think my English is not really good, in your opinion, my level is intermediate or a beginner or what?
Well, from what I've heard so far, it sounds like you're in the intermediate level, somewhere in the intermediate level. And it's definitely never too late to start practicing for the IELTS test, because even if you get to the advanced level in English, it still doesn't mean that you're going to get a high score. So, like, if a native speaker, because sometimes native speakers even have to take the IELTS test to go to Canada. Canada requires everyone take the IELTS test, even if English is your first language. Even a native speaker, if they said that,
Really?
yeah, yeah, it's true. E-
Absurd.
Even a native speaker, if they tried to just go into the IELTS test and take the speaking test, it would be very hard for the average American to get like a 7 or an 8 in the speaking test because they're looking for very specific things and very specific skills that you need to show them in the like about 12 minutes that they give you to speak. You
That,
know?
it seems super difficult.
It's hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so hard. Here in Egypt, a lot of pharmacists work in Canada, but I think very little, not a lot, and they require, a lot of points, over 700 points, like a bachelor degree, a master, and language, English and French, and they need a money in the bank, over $10,000, and a lot of exams. A lot of people here get an exams, in medicine for over 3 years. They study for 3 years, to can pass this exam. But it deserve it. It deserve it, or it's worthwhile,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, IELTS is definitely like that. It's something that no matter who you are, no matter how good your English is, you've still got to study for that and you've got to give yourself plenty of time because the skills that they're looking for are very specific and you're not given much time on the test to prove that you've got all of these skills.
Oh, okay. Are you specialized, in IELTS, preparing and teaching? Really?
Yes, yeah. I have helped hundreds and hundreds of students for almost 10 years now prepare for the IELTS test. And I'm really happy. My students have been able to get the scores that they want. And I've seen a lot of students from all different countries all over the world. Like after they get their IELTS test, then they go on to the university or their career or their job, and it's fun for me because it's really helping them out with where they want to go, you know.
Yes, it's actually inspires you, and make you feel, happy, by helping people, and distribution, yeah, make the the person feels happy, and that's it. Thank you for your help, and and I hope that if you can help me to prepare for IELTS, or for being advanced in English, that would be a great, and I highly appreciate it. Thank you so
Sure,
much.
definitely.
Gracias.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. I mean, I'm still in touch with some of my students that I had. I helped students, I have two students that I'm still in touch with that I had like years ago. And one is now studying education in a university in Hawaii, and another one is studying engineering now in a university in Canada. And
Oh, great.
yeah. Yeah, it's my pleasure, you know. I really like to see the IELTS test is really hard, and sometimes it can be a bit dry and boring in some aspects. But I think for the writing and the speaking, not so much because it really challenges you. People get very nervous about having to have an interview that's, you know, it's so short and it's so important, and I help people out with that, you know, being calm during the test and how to get through the test so that you come out with a good score. And I've helped people out with that, you know. It's a very rewarding thing to do.
Yeah, yes. Uh, Thank you. Thank you. You're so nice and so helpful.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I'd like
Um,
to thank you.
oh, my pleasure. Definitely. Um, yeah. Do you have any questions at all?
No, I think we finished all questions. Thank you for this great conversation. I'd like to thank you so much. You are very helpful, and very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias in Spanish.
Thank you so much for coming on to my show. For those of you who are watching, I'm Amanda Lynn, and this is Speaking English Today. And this is the section of my show called Coffee with Amanda, where I have my coffee, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning here in Florida. What time is it there in Egypt right now?
You know, it's three. As you see, the sun is over here. I'm on the roof, and it's a very sun and it's very hot as well. And if you listen the sounds of waves, and you did you listen the sounds of waves and winds? It's windy.
Yeah, I can definitely hear the wind. Are you near the coast?
No, but I live in a place. It's a lot of space here. Like this. It's a very
Oh, nice. That's beautiful.
oh, thank you. It's a large space here, and I hear the sounds of waves. Maybe waves or winds. No waves.
Nice. Well, again, I wanted to thank you so much for coming onto my show. This is Amanda Lynn from Speaking English Today, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you so
Okay,
much. Have a
thank
good
you.
day.
Thank you so much. I hope that I can see you in the next time.
Same here, absolutely. We'll keep in touch.
Okay, okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.